Getting deep off into the Bible. I know what the Bible says.
About
Homosexuality.
what does it say?
Nah.
That's what it says.
Yeah.
So wasn't that written a really long time ago?
We have to. We have to do it because there's so much stuff that we have to talk about, and I don't know when this is just going to end. Shia LaBeouf.
The buff head.
Yeah.
Shia LaBeouf head.
So Shia LaBeouf, if you don't know, has been an actor since he was a small baby child. And around 2008, things started to get a little bit rocky for him. And if you haven't seen the recent news, spoiler alert.
Is that how long ago it got rocky for him?
Yep, that was when the DUI started.
Isn't that when he was just making it big?
DUI arrest? No, it was before that. Because remember, he was on he was a kid. And this was a DUI arrest
I only
after
remember
a car
him
crash
from
in LA.
Transformers.
Right, okay. No. He was famous before that. So, God, he was also in Constantine. That movie came out. That's another Keanu Reeves movie that he anyway. Listen, Shia LaBeouf was one of those actors that I really liked. Like I anything that I watched him in, I kind of sort of saw him as, you know, those actors, a little bit like Tom Cruise. You know that they're Tom Cruise in every movie, but you're also like, okay. I like it.
It's fine. It works. It works for them.
It works.
So they do it.
Yeah, and it's like Shia LaBeouf is kind of the same in everything for me. Before all the real the Shia LaBeouf, however you want to say it, Shia LaBeouf fans come for me. But I liked him in pretty much everything. And obviously Transformers was big for me because I love robots. And as a kid, I loved Transformers. So it made sense that I was going to be obsessed with it. If you don't know, most recently, he had 2 misdemeanor battery charges in New Orleans. And the whole situation is not going well, considering he was on a bit of a comeback tour. He was trying to change the narrative a little bit. He was featuring in a couple of movies. And now it's all gone to shit again. So I see this in the news that he assaulted 2 men who are allegedly gay. And this was all because of some homophobic slurs that he was throwing out, and that's where it started. He says it started just before that, but we'll get to it. So he's having a good time. And when I say he's having a good time, he's 3 sheets to the wind. He's clearly either intoxicated or affected by some kind of substance. The bits and pieces that I saw of him, obviously it was everywhere on TMZ and all the socials, and everyone has a smartphone. Oh, don't call it a smartphone, mate. Everyone has a phone. They're just phones. Don't call them smartphones.
Everyone has one of those rectangles in their pocket that does everything, and you can take photos and you can look anything up.
Oh God, we saw a cyber shot the other day in just like a photo, like a movie that we were watching, like a little Sony cyber shot, and we were like, "Do you remember taking a cyber shot out where you would go out on the town?"
What colour was it?
It was blue. It was like like very blue.
My friend had a hot pink one, and I was like, "You are the fucking bee's knees. You
So
are the
good.
tits.
So good. You just be taking them out to the clubs and just like
clubbing with
and
your
with a flash.
cyber shot. You know, kids are doing that again now.
We're taking out dumb.
Kids, young adults, they do it. They love a
Right.
digital camera. They
love
bloody love it.
So that's the latest for Shia. And he's done an interview with Andrew Callahan from Channel 5. He's an internet content creator and I guess comedian, social commentary, does a lot of stuff out on the street. Very funny. It's a really good channel. So he's, and it's a bit of a left field, but he's sat down and done a one-on-one interview with Shia and talks about a lot of stuff for over an hour. I did flick through some parts because it's long. But I got the general gist of it all, guys. I watched a good 50 minutes of it, and
Is this the interview where there's quite a interesting thing that Shia says about your community?
Yeah. And then obviously I might have some feelings on that. So
Yes.
just a quick backstory. In 2008, he has the DUI arrest after a car crash in Los Angeles, which we talked about. In 2014, he has a public breakdown. This is where this whole era begins. He has an arrest in Broadway, arrested and charged for disorderly conduct and criminal trespass. Then there's some plagiarism controversy with him accused of using work without credit. In 2015, he was arrested in Texas, Austin, Texas, for public intoxication. Of course, then there is the backlash. There is some controversy. Sia apologizes for using him in the video for Elastic Heart.
That was a bit creepy, that video, wasn't it?
Yep,
It just felt a bit creepy because Ziegler was in it and she was a baby child.
Yeah. And then years later, we find out that which I have questions about Sia. I have questions. Maybe we write Sia down.
Sia.
Are we against her?
Sia,
Are we
Sia.
for her? I don't know.
I don't know. She's...
I don't know. I don't know what.
Yeah, I don't know.
Chuck it in the comments. There's something off. I'll say there's something off. And I'm not just talking about the wigs. So she ended up having some sort of relationship with him, which now, looking back on that, it all makes it all...
Sia and Shia.
Yeah, they had a weird thing.
They had
She come out and spoke about it.
Right.
So, God, it just keeps going. There's a New York City arrest. There's an arrest in Georgia, in Savannah. There is the lawsuit that runs from 2020 that only wrapped up in 2025, which is the abuse allegations and civil case with FKA Twigs. Which only settled July of 2025. Now the most recent one, this was on Feb 17, New Orleans. He was charged with 2 counts of simple battery after an alleged altercation during Mardi Gras. It reportedly included allegations of homophobic slurs and assault. Now, he has bail conditions. The judge has ordered substance abuse treatment, drug testing, and set a $100,000 bond. Again, this all kind of varies from outlet to outlet. So don't hold me to it. Because I looked at a couple, the bond amount was different, and also what the judge has ordered is different. But this has come up a couple of times, so I'm going to run with that. So the Guardian also reports that there's a new warrant adding additional battery count and that he had to surrender to police. That was on Feb 28. That's multiple outlets reported. There was an additional misdemeanor along with the simple battery arrest. So things aren't great.
No.
And as things aren't great, I'm surprised that he's sitting down with Andrew from Channel 5 on YouTube to do an interview. Now, during this interview...
yeah, that's a weird choice, right? Because you would want to keep, to yourself, if you're on these bail conditions, not to say you're not allowed to interview when you're out on bail or whatever, but it just seems... Is he not talking to a lawyer? Is there no lawyer who's saying, hey, just stick to yourself, just...
Well, maybe he is talking to some lawyers. Obviously, he would have lawyers. He's Shia LaBeouf. But also... I'm confused by the interview. There's some stuff that I'm like, okay, this is just a guy who's clearly still under some sort of influence of something, but I'm very, very confused by the interview because it starts off with him saying he takes full ownership with what he's done. He also says that he's blessed. His life is blessed. When Andrew asks how he's feeling, like 1 to 10, he says blessed. My first thought watching this was it's satire. I thought it was like Between Two Ferns. Like, I literally thought, because I've watched Andrew's stuff before, and I was like, wait, maybe we're doing a bit. And I was like, bit bad taste to be doing a bit.
Is this Andrew guy normally like a funny podcaster, or
he does everything.
Is he
I can't lock him down to one thing. But he does a lot of different stuff. So I couldn't lock him down to
when he sits down with an interview, like with a celebrity, what's it usually? Is it
it's
usually
not normally satire.
It's earnest,
but to
or...
be honest, I haven't watched him do other celebrity interviews. I just watch him on the streets mostly. That's the only stuff that comes up in my feed.
Okay.
So my first thought though was it was satire because he rants, like Shia rants a little bit, and then he says like, click, let's start again. Then he also apologizes to Andrew and says that he hasn't been looking him in the eye enough during the start of the interview, so that he's going to look at him in the eye more, which I get a little bit scared by. Good on Andrew for not flinching. He mentions that he moved away from LA not only because of the fires, but also because he failed in his marriage. He said everything had been good after the move, but then he started clout chasing, which is what led him to this. When he says clout chasing, we don't really get like because again, a lot of it seems a little bit nonsensical. There's stuff in the interview that makes me go, God, he's smart. And then there's stuff that makes me go, what?
Yeah.
What the fuck? So the clout chasing, I don't fully understand. I don't know if you would understand. Like, I understand that maybe he's trying to hang out with people.
Is it just that he's like trying to get his peak fame back? And because we've brought this up many times. If he got famous when he was a child, he's frozen as a child. And maybe he wants to be back in that world where, because he was like on everyone's posters on their walls after Transformers, right?
Yeah.
Like he was the it guy
you have either
between
Megan
him
Fox
and Megan.
or Shia.
Yeah.
And if you were gay, you had both.
Both.
Because you're
Because
obsessed
gay guys
with,
love Megan Fox.
God, we were obsessed with her.
What is it?
It's that we know that she loves us. You know what I mean? Like we can just look at her face and we can go, oh God, we'd be good friends. I think it's that we would be good friends. And that also we would be there for her when she's like, you wouldn't believe what Machine Gun Kelly said to me today. And we would be like, fucking tell us. Tell us.
And you would just be like, we said that it was weird that he had blood around.
we
told
said
you
it was
that, babe.
weird,
Like
and you did it.
We've said that to you, and you keep doing this, babe. But you also can't be like, leave him, because you know she'll go back to him.
Yes.
So
and also she'd be fun to go shopping with. You know what I mean? Because she would go.
She would be fun.
You know what I mean? Like I often think because everyone's got things about their body and their brain, right? Because even the most beautiful, like people that we would look at and deem to be perfection, they have stuff.
Yeah.
They've all got stuff.
Yeah, they do. It's crazy.
But in my head, like Megan Fox goes shopping and she just goes, perfect. You know what I mean? Like she puts everything on and she just goes, perfect.
She actually might do. You might be right about that.
I don't know. I don't think she does because we've all got stuff, but maybe she just does.
I guess.
I don't know.
I guess. Yeah. But anyway, Shia, he was the hot shot. He was everyone's thing at the time. Like I have him in my mind with like Robert Pattinson and that year and like Penn Badgley, that era of guys that we just like loved them and they were hot. And I wonder if that's what he means by clout chasing. He's got this, his marriage has failed. Did he have a kid as well with that?
Yeah, he's a dad.
Girl? Yeah. His marriage has failed. He's feeling like he's not, cut out as a dad or whatever. But his real life that he had before all of this, he loved. And so he's like trying to get back to that maybe?
Maybe. And it could be like when he talks about clout chasing, maybe it's along the lines of trying to get back into the career, like you say, and because he also talks about how he hasn't really thought about money since he started making like $8,000 a week. Because to him, that was rich. You know what I mean? Like, and he made $8,000. God, wouldn't it be nice?
Is that not rich? Is that not rich?
Well, he was making $8,000.
That sounds really rich.
Yeah, to me, that's rich. That is rich.
I would love $8,000 a week. What do we have to do?
God, that is so good. This video will make us $3 and we will be happy with that.
Love that for us.
Okay, we will be happy with that.
$1.50 each.
So I thought it was satire. Then he talks about the clout chasing. Now, this is where it gets a little bit. Are we doing this to build a legal case and maybe he's smarter than I'm giving him credit for? Because he drops in that he was drunk.
Yes.
So he was drunk during this altercation outside the R bar. And that's where the incident happened. But then he said, I felt infringed upon.
Yes.
And I was like, okay. So at the start of this, you took full ownership for everything that you said and that you've done. And now maybe we're just getting context. We're getting context for why we got to where we got. But my brain was like, okay, I'm just going to note that down. He also brings up that he's Catholic. He also says that when he's asked things, again, you've got to watch this interview and I will link it below because a lot of it doesn't really make sense. But He says that he doesn't have all the answers yet because he's in the middle of it, but then he seems to find answers, guys. He also said that he knows that the words that he used were not okay. I'm assuming, he doesn't confirm, but I'm assuming he means the homophobic slurs. He still says that he was wrong. He cannot sit still during this whole thing. He gets up a number of times, walks to the kitchen. Like, he is... Look, I've had friends who have had... not substance abuse. So I've not, like, seen that. Have I seen my friends on drugs? Sure. But this feels like what substance abuse is when it's put in movies. You know what I mean? Like the cliche, fidgety, can't sit still, but also could be someone who's dealing with some mental demons. I happen to think he might be dealing with both. Apparently he shared a cell with a guy and a blanket. So apparently if that guy's not gay, it must be fine. There's also people talking about how there might be a hate charge attached to it. He seems like, even though he will say that, in his words, his behavior was dirty and ugly, he seems to, I don't know, kind of make it seem like there wasn't any hate. But I'm like, I feel like there is.
Referring to your self as dirty and ugly is so Catholic.
Right. Yeah,
that is like a real Catholic way to say that, because and I don't like using Catholicism as your excuse to be a bad person. Mark Wahlberg's been known to do this.
Yep.
And I don't like it because, you know, it just leads us to think that you think it's okay to say these things or do these things because you get to go and sit in your in the little booth, the confessional, and go and say you're sorry and you'll be told that you're forgiven.
Yep.
Now, I'm all for people being forgiven by their gods of any religion. I'm all for that. But using your religion as an excuse during an apology, and you know, I don't know if it is an apology at this point. Doesn't really sound like it is.
It started
but
as an apology.
Using it, I don't like that. I find that yucky. And so then using those terms like I'm dirty, that to me is you're pulling your religion into something that doesn't need religion.
Agreed. He walks off camera again. He then walks back, and then car keys had slipped out of his pocket while he was sitting on the lounge, and then he like moves them to the side, and then my brain goes, did you drive here? I was like, I don't know if you should be driving. Yeah, I don't know. Can we get him an Uber, guys? Like, this whole thing is so weird for me. Okay, there's heaps of other things. And I go and watch it. I'm a little bit weird. I feel weird about saying going and watch it because it feels like we're witnessing someone that we shouldn't be watching right now. And before we get into anything else about the whole homophobic slurs, and I also believe that even if you are a person who is famous and you're a public figure and all that stuff, that doesn't give anybody the right to go up to them anytime they want and demand things from them. That's my personal belief. There's going to be people in the comments that are going, no, you signed up for this, you get all this money and that's what you get. I'm of the belief that that's bullshit. That's insanity. You can't just like this. He was going to be a fuckhead whether or not someone came up to him. That's what I believe. But I don't think you can just go up to people because people are trying to enjoy their life. And like, you take them out of that. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I think it's unfair just because you wanted a fucking selfie and you're probably not even a fan. Most of the time, the people who go up to these people aren't even fans. That's
a thing that I think as well. I think the people who do go up are not actually fans of their work or support them or something. If I saw Lana Del Rey walking down the street, oh my God, I would cry.
I don't know if you could talk to her.
I would cry. I might vomit.
I don't know if you could. Like,
but I just don't think I would go up to her because I wouldn't want to disrespect her like that. Like, she deserves my respect.
But you know what? Because she is such a sweet angel. She is walking
down the road with Crocodile Man.
She would walk up to you and she would go, she would rub your face down the side and she would like, oh, I know who you are, Court. and then she'd just walk
Yes,
away. You
she
know
would
what I
see
mean?
it on my face.
Oh,
and then
my
I would
God.
have that memory forever. Oh my
This is
God,
just
I
a
would
quick
never wash
side
my face.
note. I know we're in deep into Shia. Oh, I better not say that because he might come for me because obviously that's a come on. But I listened to Lana's. We didn't even get to mention it on my birthday weekend because we were so busy. But
Whoopsie daisy, you, absolutely you.
I listened to her single. And I've seen a lot of TikToks of people going, "This is how you're meant to dance to this song," and it's very
Yes.
funny.
It's so funny. And she's getting in the comments and she's saying, make it cuter.
Right. Is it as, because you're obviously a Lana stan, if you don't know, welcome to Wilko Courts. Hopefully you've subscribed and you've liked and you've become a wackadoo. There's plenty more stuff that you can there's actually just videos that are just about Lana Del Rey. And I think we've only done one that's like exclusively
Only
for
one,
Lana.
surprisingly.
And that is surprising.
Yeah.
Like 100 videos, episodes here. Like I think that's actually crazy. But
Pretty good.
there will be more, don't worry. But like as someone who is a Lana stan with the with that with this song, where does it sit on the scale of batshit for you with Lana? Because I heard
Oh,
it
it's
and I
her
was
most batshit.
oh great, okay,
Yeah,
good,
it's her
because that's
most
what I thought.
batshit.
I was like,
Yeah,
wow,
yeah.
this is like because the business conference business conference one was like the
Yeah,
first.
down at the Men of Music Business
That one,
Conference. Yeah.
that one, I was like, well, she is just taking the piss. Like my brain was like, but at least that still had some sort of like, okay, I can really. There's some stuff that I can grab onto in this song, even though it's batshit.
this song like is when the fucking the witch in Snow White with the mole on her nose, her pointy nose, has the apple and she's concocting her plan, and you're hearing Lana Del Rey go whoopsie daisy, woo-hoo." Like that is to me where I'm transported to when this song plays. Like it's the evil montage in a Disney movie,
Right.
but like one of the classic Disney movies where they're not like protecting us
No,
from the
it's
horrors
evil.
of the
It's
world.
dark
Like
and
one
it's
of the,
evil.
It's evil. It's dark. It's not Frozen. Yeah. So that's no, it's batshit crazy.
Okay,
yeah,
great.
yeah. I love it.
Okay,
It's
of course you do.
Amazing.
Of course you do. I knew that answer. I knew that would always be the answer, even if it's bad. Like that's like my partner when he listens to Hilary Duff and he goes, "Oh, this."
No, that album's amazing. That new album is amazing. I'm
Okay.
sorry, her songwriting. What she's become an artist, and I didn't see it coming. And it's probably got to do with her husband. But wow, I'm with him there.
And I
She's
hope that
phenomenal.
you also have a partner walking around the house going, "It's so mature for your age." Like that's all I hear. That's all I hear around the house. All right,
There's
back
a great
to.
one on there called "We Don't Talk," though. So
Okay,
look that
all right.
one up.
Oh, okay. I'm surprised you guys didn't talk about it. The weekend went so quick, we didn't have time to talk about all these things. Back to the sadness that is Shia LaBeouf and his life. There is one part out of the interview that is now maybe superseding pretty much everything else, because it sounds like what is starting to be a legal defense. This is why you say, did he talk to lawyers before this? And now, when I started the interview, I would have gone, no. No. Because any
Yeah.
lawyer in their right mind would have gone, no, mate.
No,
No.
don't do it.
Like, don't get on there and take full ownership. Even if you did it, like a lawyer's
Yeah.
going to say, don't do that. Like,
Yeah.
don't do that. That's insanity. But he did have something to say about the situation and the gays specifically.
But I'll be honest with you, big gay people are scary to me.
What do you mean?
When I'm like standing by myself and 3 gay dudes are next to me touching my leg, I get scared. I'm sorry. If that's homophobic, then I'm that.
Yeah. Does that happen a lot
No, it just happened one time.
recently?
Well, that's why got arrested.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you were sort of being groped and surrounded.
I'm not gonna say that because my lawyer said, "Oh, dude,
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We can
no."
back up.
I am wrong for touching anyone ever, and that's the end of my statement on this whole
Gotcha.
shit.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Moving back to like what kind of things would set off that Napoleon complex?
Being challenged, my masculinity being challenged, somebody touching my girl, or touching my kid, or, I'm good with gay. Be gay over there, though. Don't be gay in my lap. And deep off into the Bible, I know what the Bible says.
About
Homosexuality.
what does it say?
Nah.
That's what it says.
Yeah.
So wasn't that written a really long time ago?
Bro, you can do whatever you want with the text. It's not my business. You know what I mean? I'm a traditional Catholic. That's okay.
And what's the difference between a traditional Catholic and, let's say, a more progressive Christian?
I really f- with the Bible.
Okay. All right.
I really fuck with the Bible. That's so funny. I really fuck with the Bible. That's what Catholics say.
Now, as a gay, for those who don't know, is it wrong for me to want so many of the things he said put on shirts? Because
The Shia LaBeouf line.
yeah,
The
like
Buff headline.
I mean, like, just to have maybe Shia's face and then the Bible says, nah. And then, like, just in captions, like, about gays. I love that so much. If you don't know the Bible, well, again, it's open to interpretation. But if you ask people who don't like gays, then they say that the Bible is strictly against it. I feel weird about this because I too don't like people I don't know just touching me. And I think that that is a universal thing. I don't think that has anything to do with a sexuality or anything. Even if it's, I was at Lady Gaga. What? Shock horror. Did he go? I was at Lady Gaga and there was a very drunk girl who was maybe more than drunk. And she danced around me as if I was a pole at the Pink Pony Club. And she grabbed me in places that I didn't appreciate because I don't know her. I knew that she was ultimately most probably harmless. And her friends come and got her and said sorry and took her away. Did I punch her? No.
Thank God.
Did I?
Well, we're just starting to get traction on this podcast. Please don't go and start.
No, all publicity is good
girls.
publicity. Me just punching a random woman at Lady Gaga, that would really pop off the pod. She grabbed me. I didn't see her as maybe Shia LaBeouf would see me, which is also another thing that I want on the shirt, which is a big gay, scary, like being scared of big gays. Because I
How
guess.
does he feel about little gays? He didn't.
Well, that's the
say.
thing. It's the little gays you've got to watch, Shia. You know what I mean? Like, they're the ones that you've got to watch.
They got small man
what are you
syndrome. You know what
talking
I'm
about?
saying? They're out there, they're walking around and they're
Yeah.
going, I'm gay.
So I guess that Shia
Guess
LaBeouf is
what?
a little guy. And that's why he talks a lot in this interview about his Napoleon complex and how maybe bigger figures. Look, there are guys who I know that I've worked with who are shorter than me who fucking mostly hate me because I'm taller than them. And there's plenty of reasons to hate me. But like the first thing is fuck him because he's tall. And I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Like, I understand it. It would be a shit. Like, I sometimes I look at people with like the perfect aesthetic body and I'm like, fuck you and your genetics. Fuck you.
Yeah.
And how you want to go to the gym. Fuck you. So I get it. I get it. We've all got that thing. It is odd to me that he is using the wording that he's using because it does sort of meld into a legal thing, which I did not know in the United States until I saw this.
So Shia LaBeouf just said in this interview about his recent alleged assault that when a gay man allegedly touched him, he panicked. This is a legal defense strategy called the gay and trans panic defense. It's been used many times. It was used in the Jenny Jones show murder trial, and this strategy is still allowed in 30 states. In the states that are blue, it's banned, but in gray states, it's allowed, and this assault happened in New Orleans. In the gay and trans panic defense strategy, the defense argues that the presence of or interaction with a queer person made the defendant mentally unstable and scared. Therefore, their violent actions are more justified. The goal is to get an acquittal, a shorter sentence, or a reduced sentence. One example from pop culture, in 1995, they filmed an episode of the Jenny Jones show called Revealing Same-Sex Secret Crushes. In one segment, segment, a gay man revealed he had a crush on his straight friend. The episode never aired because 3 days after that taping, the straight friend went out, bought a rifle, drove to his friend's house, and killed him. That case became largely about shock value in tabloid TV. But what many people don't know is that the killer's lawyers used the gay panic defense to help justify his actions, and it worked. He was initially charged with first-degree murder, but got convicted on second degree. Sentence was 25 to 50 years, and he ended up serving less than that.
Holy Scheisenhauser. That is America okay? What the fuck?
America
That's
is not okay.
crazy.
They're not doing okay.
The first state, it was in 2014.
Yeah.
That's like 12 years. That's not long enough ago. Oh my goodness. He absolutely did that as a look. When I watched that, my initial take, and I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, I hate the gays. My initial take was, okay, if I am watching this and it's a woman who's had hands on her by some men and she punches those men in the face, the people watching are going to take pity on the woman, right?
Yeah.
And not the men who touched her. And so my brain did instantly go to, okay, he felt assaulted upon. He wasn't, but he felt it, and therefore you can understand that. It's like when I was in a gay club and a person inappropriately touched me and I thought I could punch that person in the face. And to your point about Lady Gaga girl, I didn't punch them. I walked away. So you can kind of get into that headspace of being like really angry and aggressive when that happens to you.
Of course you can, and I get it. You're a
But
homophobe. We've talked about it before. No,
As you know,
and this
I
is
am
the
a
thing.
homophobe. But
This is the thing.
that law is
Yeah.
crazy town, and he is. I think you are bang on. Like I 100% believe if that is the law in New Orleans where he was, he's totally using that as his defense.
And I, like
And
I
he
said
admitted
before,
he's talked to lawyers.
yeah, and I feel, and why wouldn't he? Like he would need lawyers to get out of, because he went to jail. He didn't go to prison, but he was obviously in lockup for a while, and before he got out on bond. But it's complicated because we don't know what happened in the altercation. We know that Shia, it ended up with him, with the battery charges, and we also know that there was some homophobic slurs, right? But we don't know what the guys did in the lead up to that. We don't know. Like I've read some conjecture about what happened, but we don't know for sure. And all of that would come out in court, I guess. But it is insanity. And I watched a whole documentary about that guy who murdered his friend because his friend on a show, I guess, embarrassed him by saying that I actually have the hots for you. There's so much repression in men. And that's built from society. And I'm not saying it's because they're gay or whatever, but they're repressing there are so many men who are and gay
There's
and straight.
repression in gay men too.
Yeah.
Like there's, let me tell you some of the repressions of my friend Wilko.
Oh, my goodness.
The list
like,
is long.
Not anymore. Look at me. I'm out. Because repressing stuff is boring and it makes you sad and angry. But there are men, especially, whether no matter what your sexual persuasion might be, men are pushing shit down because they feel like they can't share their emotions because they've grown up in a society that says men don't do that. And with gay men, they also have internalized homophobia. And I catch myself with my internalized homophobia still, where I'm like, my partner
He
grabbed my
hates the
hand.
gays.
And then I think for a second, my brain goes, are we in danger now because my partner grabbed my hand and we're out in public?
Oh, that's so sad.
And that happens. Now, Shia LaBeouf should not have been touched by people that he does not know. That is, I don't care who it is.
Blanket rule.
That is a blanket rule. We're not touching people we don't know. Now, I've also been to parties and stuff, and people have met me, and I'm touchy-feely in the way that, like, with my friends, I'm affectionate. Not with you. I told everyone after you left that, like, oh, yeah, Courts isn't big on hugs, but I hugged her at the airport. I made her do that.
I'm actually getting better.
You are getting way better.
So
you didn't
I'm
recoil.
Better in my old age. My girlfriend actually pointed that out to me recently. She said, "Hey, you just hugged me. That's new." And I was like, "Don't bring it up."
And then don't bring it up, or I will recoil. That is it. I will never do it again. And then everyone was like, "Oh my god, I hugged her," and I was like, "No, I think she's better with it now. I think she's better with it now." So when I'm with my
Can
friends,
I tell you why it is?
yeah, girls.
It's because I'm really short. I don't know where to put my arms.
On
because
my bum. Grab my bum.
If I hug you, I know if I hug you around the waist, it feels very romantic.
You get chest and
And
bum.
if I hug you around the top, you're very tall.
Like
and
slow
I
dancing.
think I have a weird, a really weird complex about my height with hugs. So I've
God,
never
you're
known
like Shia
where my
LaBeouf.
arms are meant to wrap. I know. I don't know where my arms go in a hug, up or down. And either way, it feels too intimate or just like I'm hugging a tree.
Wow. Look,
That's
I
what
feel
happens when
like
you're 5'2".
I feel like unless you're in a relationship with a person, pelvises aren't pushing. That's all you've got to remember.
No.
That's all you've got to remember.
Yeah, okay.
No pelvis
All right,
push.
cool.
We just do a little to the side. Just to the side. Hips touch, but not together like that. Like that.
Not dicks touch. Yeah.
And that's the only rule. As a man, I hug as tight as you want, but we're not rubbing our bits together. That's just not what we're doing. So look, I feel funny about this because it does feel like he's building a legal defense strategy. And if he, look, you can use alcohol for whatever you want. I got shit-faced on the weekend and I wasn't abusing straight people. Courts is different. She deserves it.
The verbal. Let me tell you.
I wasn't, no, most of it was coming my way, by the way. I was being attacked like you wouldn't believe at my own birthday.
Yeah, well, you're very old. You're the oldest one in the
fuck,
group, so
mate.
naturally we're coming for you.
It was a pile-on of my nearest and dearest. So I don't touch him. You don't get to set the rules with how you interact with anybody. Like, you don't get to just run up to, because even if like you've got two people who aren't like one person is known and one person isn't known, you don't get to just like touch someone on their leg, or you know what I mean? Like, you don't get to do that. Obviously, Shia has some stuff to work through because of his response. Now, if he was grabbed on his dick, then I would be it, and I've been grabbed on the dick many times. And I would say most of the time I haven't asked to be grabbed on the dick. You know what I mean? Like the times that it's happened.
You haven't punched anyone though.
No, I've never punched a person
Do you
for
feel
that.
you can understand the feeling if it was a dick grab?
I understand the violation of when someone grabs you. It's happened to me on stage. I have been hosting events and my penis has been grabbed, and I mean fully grabbed. Like, and I mean balls and everything, just like, and really,
for God's sake.
really grabbed. And it throws you off because you're like, whoa,
Yes.
God, okay,
Whoa.
Jesus, oh, God. And
Is it always a drunk middle-aged woman?
it's generally drunk, and it was a woman. The first time on stage, it was a younger woman, but she was definitely shit-faced. Absolutely shit-faced. And I was sober because I was hosting. Boring.
Boring.
But again, I don't feel, what's the wording that he used? He's encroached upon. What was his, what's infringed upon? I'm not sitting there, because I think it's also different because I'm a bigger guy. So I'm not going into the world being scared. You know what I mean? Like it's not like a woman. I'm never going to know the female experience, no matter how many times people say gays and girls are the same. I'm never going to know the female experience because I don't feel vulnerable like that in public. And maybe Shia feels vulnerable because he's a shorter guy. He's smaller. He's
But
slight.
he can't admit that, and so now he's like aggressive about it.
Yeah.
He's not worked on his feelings about being a short king.
Yeah.
And he's not processing that.
Yeah.
And also, like, maybe, there could be some, maybe he's like looked at men and be like, that's an attractive man, and that's fucked with his Catholic brain, And so then there's that. I think there's some straight guys who don't understand that you're allowed to look at a man and be like, that's a good looking dude. Like, I think
Rooster. You got to say
some
rooster.
straight guys.
You got to say rooster. You got to say good looking rooster. Otherwise,
Yeah.
gay.
Gay. Right. So I don't maybe Shia doesn't realize he's allowed to say that's a good looking rooster. No one cares. Like you can actively know that someone's attractive even if you're not attracted to them. That's fine.
I don't know if he knows that. I don't know if he's comfortable with that. He kept saying in the interview that it's like he's fine with gays. Like he has no problem with gays.
I've got gay friends, like whatever, I don't care. They could be gay, they just can't be gay near me.
Yeah, and the whole
We've all got that friend.
We didn't even like talk about that where he was like, yeah, be gay over there, just don't be gay here. I think that he's got a lot of stuff and I know that he's gone through bouts of sobriety. He talked about it in the interview and he talked about how Carver, remember that thing that we had in Fiji? You and I drank it with.
Yeah.
Obviously,
that was weird. It made me like, ugh, and then I was really tired.
Yeah. And apparently that's like his gateway thing that sort of has led him back to not being sober anymore. And he's
Weird
had times
gateway.
where he's, has been and hasn't been and blah, blah, blah. Well, apparently they just sell Carver in LA now. So.
Oh, yeah. That checks out. With the weed dispensaries,
sell
I
it in
suppose.
shops.
Yeah.
Just come get your Carver. You don't have to go to Fiji for it anymore. So, look. It's a complex situation. I feel a couple of things for him. I do feel sad. I do feel sad for him that the way that he grew up and then the privilege that he was bestowed upon him broke him. And he obviously has a lot of talents, even though, by the way, another quick thing, he says that talents aren't things. Talent isn't real. He says they're skills. So talents are nothing. You don't have it and it's kind of, when he was pointing it out, I was like.
Disagree with that, actually. I guess you do get better as you do things.
He was like pointing things out, but I also have to disagree because I think there are things that you are naturally talented at. So I think that you
like
hone
Wilko's
skills.
never going to be able to paint a picture.
Fuck, again with the attack. I can't argue. There is not one artistic bone in my body. There is nothing, cannot draw, couldn't even draw a stick person.
But you could get better with practice. So I do see where he's coming from, because you would still get better if you practiced a lot, but you may not have a natural ability to like see where you need to do something better, if that makes sense.
Right.
Anyway, this is like, we're off track again.
No. That's the podcast.
As
this is not
always
as
with
crazy
this
as the
podcast.
teabagging one the other day, okay? Which a lot of people were like, wow.
We did get a comment from someone on the teabagging who was like, we'll just never know where this podcast is going to go. And you know what? Whoopsie daisy yoo-hoo.
Yeah, well, that's
what
right.
can I say?
Okay, love all your thoughts about Shia LaBeouf, especially if you maybe were a true stan back in the day and maybe you have some feelings. A lot of people on the Kanye episode as well. I feel like these two big people that were sort of big names in their fields have a similar thing that they try and get back on track and then they fuck stuff up.
Yes.
And I feel like Shia is just going to be the person who's going to keep doing that. And also, I hope he's getting the help that he needs, because watching that interview, I felt very uncomfortable. And I also thought many times, I don't know if we should be letting this guy talk. Because I don't know what's...
And watching for entertainment feels a bit ick.
It felt like, I don't know if we should be doing this. Anyway, if you love pop culture, if you love all of this stuff, even though we've found some lols in it somewhere, Make sure you subscribed and liked, and there are plenty more videos to watch here on Wilko Courts. We'll see you in the next one.